Shalom Yasharallah. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Chakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who rule well in whose house is truth, and salutations for the Akim, pushing this word in truth and in sincerity with charity. I'm the brother Rapaya from the Great Millstone Camp here in Chicago, and Lord willing, it's an edifying lesson. This is Isaiah 42, verse 9. Behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them. You see? And the Lord speaks through his prophets, all right, Israelite men, all right, to give his people warning. Because the Lord, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, is about to destroy the kingdom of the Edomites. He's about to destroy Babylon the Great, which is America. You see? And that's what's coming up next. All right. But first, before the destruction comes, it's the microchip. It's the mark of the beast. Remember, all things must be fulfilled, then the end shall come. You see? Here, I'll show you another one. Isaiah chapter 46, verse 9 and 10. Remember the former things of old, for I am Yahweh, and there is none else. I am Yahweh, and there is none like me, declaring the end from the beginning, and from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. So, this is really the Lord's movie, man. All right? And he's revealed the secrets to his servants, the prophets, you know, Amos 3 and 7, you see? Because this book, the scriptures are written in parables, all right? It's a puzzle, you see? And in Revelation, it tells you that the only ones that could understand the scriptures and sing this song properly, the correct way, the one true way, are the prophets of the Lord. You see? That's why in Malachi, the 3rd chapter, it says that you'll be able to discern who serves the Lord and who doesn't. That's why it's important for you proselytes, you newcomers to the faith, to read the scriptures. Eat the whole roll, all right? Which includes the Apocrypha, man. All right? That's part of the Old Testament. It was taken out. The Apocrypha was taken out in the year 1862. But it's originally of the scriptures. And it all links up. All right. So, real quick, this is where is it at? The book of Revelation, because this is what's coming before the destruction of America, Babylon the Great. This is what's coming. The trumpets are being blown. All right, Shabbat Shalom. This is Revelation 13 and 16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And this word mark in the Greek is charagma, all right, which is an incision to the flesh. All right, we're using etymology to get the meaning of words, the origin and meaning of words, you see. You gotta dig deep, man. You can't just read this at face value. You got to read it, and you have to pray. The Lord opens your heart to it, man. Gives you the spirit of understanding, the spirit of prophecy. You see? So the word charagma is an incision, but the root word of that is charax, which is the instrument used to embed the microchip in your hand or your forehead, which is the syringe, you see? And then the root word of charax is grapho, which is the writings. All right, we are living in times where knowledge has increased exponentially, you know? And there's a thing called computer code, you see? It's the writing. So when you scan, or when they scan the chip in your hand or your forehead, all your information pulls up, right? Your identification, your bank record, your health records, you see? your status, if you took the jump shot or not, so on and so forth, man. You know, all these little things about you. You know, the technology has gone that far, because when you really look into it, they started this in the 50s. They started looking to design the chip in the 50s. So it's come a long way, actually. Showing you that we're at the end, because they're about to introduce a new currency. All right, a digital currency where you won't need no money, no coins, no credit cards. Right? It's all going to be on a chip. You see? And here's the thing, is that they're going to make life uncomfortable for the world. All right? For the unbelievers, for the wicked. They're going to make life very uncomfortable. You know? You won't be able to enter your favorite supermarket store anymore. You won't be able to get gasoline or go to the movies, pay your phone bill or anything, unless you got chipped. All right? That's where it's coming down to. You see? And with the merger of the IDF, hey, them cats are ready to shoot down so-called Americans, man. They could care less. They're a house divided. They'll shoot other Edomites. The IDF will shoot American Edomites. All right? So don't get it twisted, man. We're entering into a time like never before. And the only refuge is Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Remember, the horse is prepared for the day of battle, but safety is of the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. That's why we compel our people to repent and be converted. All right, because the time is literally short. You see? Because the Lord, it's written. The Lord said, my servants shall eat, drink, and rejoice, and in abundance. And the heathen will envy us and will be able to do nothing against us. All right? That's the times that we're coming into. A straight separation. You know, a clear line of division. All right? The elect and everybody else. Right? Everybody else is fucked. You see? But the elect are going to be protected, preserved, and see the salvation of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. All right? So we're not to be worried about this, because, 2 Timothy 1:7? For God didn't give us this, let me get it real quick. For God didn't give us a spirit of fear, but of power, and of love, and of a sound mind, right? So be sure. 2 Timothy 1:7, for Yahweh hath not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. So we have our senses back to us again, exercised back into us. Remember, this truth, this word was stirred back into pure remembrance for the elect, because truth is returning unto them that practice in her. Right? So, excuse me. This is verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So, again, you're not going to be able to buy or sell in this society without a microchip. And that's why we look at the generations of old. All right, everything written aforetime was written for us, the elect. All right, to comfort us, to give us hope, to give us that expectation, you see? Because hope goes into expectation. And what are we expecting? The words of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai to come to pass, as they always do. All right? The Lord warned us that these things were going to happen. You know, with John 16:1, he told us all these things so we wouldn't be offended. Offended. All right, because this is our way. This is the straight and narrow that we have to walk. You know, this is Israel's portion. You see? See. So this is 2 2nd Ezra 2 and 26. As for 2nd Ezra 2 and 26. As for the servants whom I have given thee, there shall not one of them perish, for I will require them from among thy number. Right, because Zechariah says 1/3 shall be pulled through the fire. 1/3. All right. Also, Isaiah 4:1 will be attached to an elect man. You know what I'm saying? So that's a huge number, man. That's a big number. All right, because what does the scripture says? You can't even measure the fourth part of Israel. You know, that's 25%. All right, but 1/3 as millions of Israelites are going to be saved out of America, man. Just from America alone, because there's elect around the earth as well that will be saved and delivered too when the Lord returns. But specifically here in America, Babylon the Great is 1/3 coming out, because 2/3 of our people are going to get shipped. They're going to get lined up and shipped and get destroyed, man. This is why it's so important to fear the Lord. You know? This is verse 27. Be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance. So, these people are going to starve to death out here. People are going to be invading one another for lack of bread. We're literally coming into a time like no other, man. You see? And these people got so many demons on them. You know, that they trust in the flesh. They trust in their weapons. You know? But Jake, specifically, never turns to the Lord, man. Only the elect will. Alright? But hey, listen, during this time, this perilous time, a time like no other, we are going to be merry and have abundance. Alright? In verse 28, the heathen shall envy thee, but they shall be able to do nothing against thee, saith the Lord. Just like in Egypt. Hey, it was pure darkness for the Egyptians. And we had light. You know, their cattle was dying. Ours wasn't. The Lord protected us. He gave us everything we need. And then some. Even our shoes, all right, didn't, you know, decay or get old or messed up. Nothing of ours for 40 years. You know, after coming out of Egypt. So how much more now? This salvation is actually going to be greater than the time of Egypt. All right, you can read Jeremiah 23, verse 7 and 8. Okay. This is verse 29. It says, my hands shall cover thee. This is 2nd Ezra 2 and 29. My hands shall cover thee, so that thy children shall not see hell. Meaning, you know, the grave, right? The pit. You see? Because we are in captivity. We are behind enemy lines, surrounded by the enemies. Even 2/3 are enemies. You see? But the Lord said, your children, man, you serve Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. It don't matter where your children's at, you know, because the Lord is going to protect them. Because these people are through. They're going to get shipped. They're going to starve to death. They're going to stay in their sin and folly. They're going to fucking get destroyed, man. I wish we could do it now. Just kill these motherfucking people. Fuck these people. We need a reset. We need to get rid of all these fucking people here, man. I fucking hate wickedness and I hate niggatry. I said it. But here's comfort, man. No matter where your children are at, you serve Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Hey, the Lord said right here, my hands shall cover thee, so that thy children shall not see hell, man. You see, so the Lord, He gives charge to His angels to encamp around them that fear Him, to deliver them. You see? That's why, hey, those that remain will know that there's nothing better than the fear of the Lord and nothing sweeter than to take heed to the commandments of Yahweh Bashim El Shai. All right? This is the best thing you could do, man. It is fear Yahweh Bashim El Shai. Serve Him wholeheartedly with cheerfulness and gladness of heart. You see? It says, verse 30, be joyful, O thou mother, with thy children, for I will deliver thee, saith the Lord. All right? So even you women, you few sincere women, hey, be cheerful, man. Be joyful. Because the Lord's going to save you and the children. Because the man you're with, or because if you yourself are just a believer and your husband isn't, you know? If you truly believe, you know, there's women predestined for salvation, man. Part of the 1/3. All right, that's the times that we're coming into, man. A time like no other. Yeah, I hope this lesson was edifying and exhorting. On to the next one. Shalom.